एक second.
Hi, good afternoon, all of you. Thank you again for joining us today. It's a very crucial and it will be a very informative session, which I can bet because we have again Mr. Anav Jain, one of the I will say most learned professional in terms of medical cannabis industry is concerned in India. As far as the regulation, the other aspects are there, and today we will be talking about how the journey of world of hemp started and how Anav got involved in this business. He will be starting from his background and profile to taking you to the company profile and what exactly the product portfolio they have. And they have recently launched a model in which they are associating with all the doctors, all the healthcare professionals. If you are really interested in medical cannabis and really interested in getting associated with directly with them, and we Indian Vadyas is acting as a bridge. We do not charge any commission or any other model is not there. You all can directly connect with the company and do business as whatever you want. Both models are there. You can store products in your setup if you are dispensing, or you can have a consultation model, which Anna will be talking about more in the session today. Also, we are live right now, live on Facebook, YouTube, on our website and Periscope. So if you have any query, any question, you can let us know after the discussion, after the talk. We will take that up. And if you really need to connect, please let us know your number, email ID. You can mail us. You can send us as a comment. Messenger is there in our all the profiles and Facebook and website as well. So at any communication level which you are comfortable, you can let us know. We will drop our email ID and number as well. So let's start the session. We are looking forward to have some insight. And as a clinician, let me put some queries which maybe Anna will be answering. That what exactly as a clinician we need to look upon as far as when we are looking for a good product in terms of medical cannabis CBD oil is concerned. And please let us know what are the various differentiating factors if as a clinician we get multiple companies and multiple products. So you as a company, how you are ensuring that you people have the best quality products? So kindly let us know, because end of the day for the patients we all are looking for best quality to be given. So over to you, Anav, and you can start the talk. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Janeja, for giving the opportunity again, and thank you, Indian Vedas, for hosting us. And this is, I think, my second session with Dr. Piyush. First, we had with on regulations, and today we are going to talk about the quality, the process, the products that we have, our journey, as well as our doctors' association model. So my name is Anav Jain. I'm the only founder of World of Hemp Global Private Limited. It's a approximately 2 years old startup. Uh, it was very, it's very surprising how we started this entire journey, because I've been into startups for quite some time now. I've been exploring, I've been trying to venture out in different spaces. And from qualifications point of view, I'm from a law background. And surprisingly, 2.5 years back, I was working in Supreme Court with one of the senior lawyers, and that's how I read the first article on the first page of the newspaper, where Uttarakhand was the first state government which rolled out a commercial policy for industrial hemp cultivation. So that very much intrigued me, and I started doing my research. I started understanding the policy. I started understanding the entire industry altogether. What is the potential? What's happening in India? What are the resources available? What's happening in the global market? And to my surprise, I got to know that when I was reading about the global market, there were many countries which were established. Obviously, the policies were getting drafted for ease of doing business over there as well. But then I realized after reading the history of cannabis that it's an Indian crop. It's an Indian plant. It's originated in India thousands of years back, and from India, it's been part of the world now. And majorly, many countries, many developed countries are taking advantage of it, and we are not able to do anything in India. And providing the policies and providing the regulation and providing the
I think there is some connectivity issue. Let's wait him to
provided
join.
in Ayurveda, we have a lot of classical
Hello. Hello.
life.
Yeah, yeah. Please, please. I think there was some network issue. You can start, right?
Yeah, so I was saying that when I was doing the research about the global trends and global market, and I was comparing what's there in India, we realized that medical cannabis is used in Ayurveda for many years, and we have many Ayurvedic classical formulations where medical cannabis is used as a key ingredient, and there are very too many single herb formulations also where cannabis is used as a only high value herbal ingredient to create the formulations for many ailments. And a few of these popular products are your Kameshwar Modak, Trailokya Vijayavati, Jati Filadi Churan, like that. So we started doing our research in terms of what's available in India, what are the companies there, and then we started off by understanding there were like three or four odd companies which were trying to create some space in the Indian market, understanding the policies, and we started with an e-commerce platform. For 6 months, we were running a beta version where we were hosting these companies' products, and we were talking to a lot of international companies also. Primarily, these were like food companies and textile companies to bring in their products in India through the e-commerce platform. But when we were running that platform for 6 months with our a lot of mentorship and sessions with our investors, we realized that it's not going to be very successful back then to run an e-commerce platform because of lack of products, lack of awareness, and no clarity on the regulation part. And for major concern was that there was no manufacturing in large scale happening in India of any type of product. For fabrics, also many fabrics were imported for from international market, and for food products also same thing was happening, and people were trying to explore what's the best that they can get into. So that's how we realized the shortcoming of manufacturing based, which was not established, and that's how we ventured out into manufacturing. We got our understood all the compliances that were required to manufacture these products, and we chose one particular segment, which was medicinal line, Ayurvedic medicines. And then we started doing our research, and it took approximately 1.5 odd years for us to create our footing in the manufacturing line by getting all the compliances sorted, by getting the licenses, by getting the required product approvals, by doing various testings of the products, by adopting a lot of technology and processing protocols from the international market, collaborating with international people for the researches and the techniques, how we are supposed to use the Indian biomass, Indian hemp, which is very different from the international biomass, and create a substantial product which gives better solutions than the current system of medications. So that's how we ventured into manufacturing, and we set our company's prime objective to act as a B2B manufacturer. And today also our company's main and whole and sole objective is to do B2B large scale manufacturing for other brands, where we do contract manufacturing, we do private labeling, we do white labeling. And by contract manufacturing, we mean like any company can come to us with their formulations, and we'll create samples for them after following the right SOPs, provide it to them after they're convinced with the quality checks and everything, then we produce for them. And for when we talk about white labeling, it's the formulations that's approved within our licenses. We do manufacture on other brands' name and ship it to them. But actually, what happened was we came up with a brand post, I would say, lockdown liftment, which was 2020 Diwali. So it was a very accidental journey for us, or I would say organic journey for us, where during the lockdown, a lot of people did not have access to the medications because of the delivery issues, and and the entire lockdown, like there was no proper availability of these manufacturing processes and companies to manufacture products and supply to the medical patients. So we had our samples with us, and we did not do any sort of marketing back then. And we had referrals, like patients who were trying products of other brands and were trying to get products from other sources, could not get it, and somehow they came to me, and they connected with us, and they started taking our samples. They used it, and they started seeing a better response than their previous products. Then they went to their doctors. They got their doctors connected to us. So like this one patient went to the other patient, did the reference word of mouth for us. Same thing, they connected with the doctors. The doctor came to us, they asked for the products, they did their own trials, they got convinced with the quality, and they could see the substantial difference when we compare it with the other products. Then they connected us with more doctors. So like this practice was happening for 6 months, and all these people, they at one point they convinced us that it's the time for us to get into B2C space and create our own brand, because there's a substantial quality difference, and additionally we are able to provide them the right literature and right resources for them to understand the safety of the product. So that's how it was very spontaneous for us to think of a brand. And we thought of the brand name Total Heal. We gave it tagline, Your Health Guardian, because we want to impact lives, we want to support people as much as we can do. Because the people who came to me during the entire lockdown, they were facing they were having cancer issues, neuro problems, seizures. They used to send me photos, videos of the patient, and it was very traumatizing to see like what the family has to go through. Because any person having such problems, it's not just the patient or the person who's going through the trauma, it's the full package that comes to the family. So everybody wanted to learn more about what are the ways how they can treat the patients, and they were looking at the international texts, international references, and that's how they got to know that probably medical cannabis is the only solution left for them to try it out, or it has shown substantial results on other patients, and we need to have this in India. And they found few people in India who were already consuming it for medical ailments. So that's how they gave us positive push to start our own brand, and we did that. And today, I would say it's been exactly 2 months. We have roughly 17 doctors who are prescribing our products, and a lot of doctors from different fields also have who had knowledge of this, and who are importing them on prescription basis on the proper channels for individual patients. So they could also see some sort of a substantial difference after consuming our product, which is comparatively cheaper when we talk about any imported product. So like this, our journey started, and in 2 months we have, I would say, approximately given our product to 200 odd patients. And again, yet there is no marketing we have done. We are creating a platform, and this particular platform, what we're creating is going to be a platform for the doctors and the patients. So in this particular platform that we are creating, it's going to be more where patients are coming. They are finding right literature, right resources for the problems that they have, so that they can have some sort of confidence where they can see other patients getting treated. We'll give them access and testimonies of the other patients whom they can talk to, and talk to them about their experiences. Then for the doctors, what we are doing is we have collaborated with a lot of international pharmacists and doctors who are providing us with a lot of resources, reports, trials, and be a part, create a bridge, create a chain for our Indian doctors to be to be there for second opinion, so that when Indian doctor is treating their patients, and they want, if there's any complex case where they are not able to understand the dosage and the protocols of the medicine that needs to be given, so these people are going to act as a guiding principle to them and support them with this substantial evidences, so that we are able to take care of the patients. And the third agenda of this particular platform will be for the medical students. Since these medical students are going to be already part of the college and they will be enrolled, they have time for researches, they have time for better understanding and a thorough understanding of these medicines, and they're working. So they could be part of our programs, our modules, where they can have this as an additional curriculum course or an additional project which they can take up and continue with their main streamline medical education. So this is how we are creating a platform with a lot of interesting features also. where we are actually becoming a health guardian for the patients, where we are also creating a place where we are able to tell the patient if this particular medicine is even required for you or not. Because what happens is when a lot of patient comes to us on referral basis, so they ask us कि we want this medicine because this patient ने लिया था या इसका ये experience था. When we try to understand their case, it's not a uh, necessary thing for them to take up this medicine. Maybe it's not required for them as well. So those things are something that we provide to the patients. Be their support system. We have health coaches now. We have doctors. We have Dr. Piyush also who has joined us, and he is also treating patients well. And his patients are also able to see substantial results after taking our products. So that's been the overall journey of our company from a B2B segment point of view, and then to launching into B2C, an organic journey of ours. And the organic journey was pushed on our way because of the qualities that we have, about the manufacturing processes that we take, and the entire controlling of from the raw material side to your finished product side, how we are doing it. We are also making a new facility, and that's going to be processed. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some basic photos of a current facility and movement. So first, I'm gonna start with um, this. So basically, I'm gonna start with the photo. Like this is what comes out when we mix our extracts with the carrier oil, which is the MCT coconut that we're using. And this is the photo, and the purity that you can see is of our broad spectrum. This is by broad spectrum. Our broad spectrum oil is 100% CBD. There is no THC in that. And this is the photo of our full spectrum, which has some ratios of CBD THC, and current ratio that we're using, the one which is there in the market, is 6 is to 1. So 6 is your CBD and 1 is your THC. So this is our mixer tanks that we use, 100% food grade stainless steel tanks we use. This is a bottling unit. It's a fully automatic bottling unit where we are able to bottle 24,000 bottles in 8 hours. This is the again extension line of a bottling unit where we do all our labeling, barcoding, and dropper fitting. Uh, Again, this is our part of that mixer tanks. Bottling with this particular machine is a barcoding machine where it automatically happens, and this is a small scale setup of our extraction CO2 extraction unit. And that's how our finished product looks like. This, like, we package into small 30 ml bottles and we ship it. And additionally, I'm going to show you our COAs. This is the COA of our full spectrum, that you can see the THC and CBD percentage. The COA batch size varies every time whenever we're extracting. This is again our full spectrum, having this THC and CBD. You can see we do a lot of processes. We do a lot of post processing also. This is one more batch that we have. These are the current batches that we have with us, and this is the fourth batch that we have. So this is the batch that's used in our full spectrum currently. So yeah, so when we talk about our quality now, what exactly is happening with us is when we take the biomass, we do the proper cleaning of the biomass. We uh, properly dry it out at a certain degree, a certain temperature. Then we use our extraction system to extract the crude oils. After getting the crude oils, we follow the post processing processes to convert it into full spectrum, broad spectrum distillates. And after following the series of processes, that's how our product finally comes out. And then we formulate it into the formulations as per what's required. And right now we have come out with two products, which is your full spectrum and broad spectrum tinctures. As I discussed in last time also, I'll show you again. This is our broad spectrum tincture. We have in two strength, standard size 30 ml, but two strength. One is your 1000 mg, and the other is your 3000 mg. And this is a full spectrum, which is again has in 30 ml size, and broad spectrum, sorry, 1000 mg and 3000 mg. So these are the two very common and basic products that we have come out within the market, which is directly obviously competing with the products which are there. And that's why we wanted to come out with two basic products, so that people can see a substantial difference in the quality and compare it within the experiences that they have. But eventually, our target is to come out with more products, and what we are targeting now is we every quarter we'll be launching new categories of product, and we are expecting that in March we'll be coming out with topicals, and these topicals are primarily going to be your pain management topicals, your for your local applications.
Right. Thank you so much, Anav, for this very informative talk and taking us through the various steps as far as the processing is concerned. There are a few queries which quickly I want to discuss with you. One is we have this model in terms of the consultation. So many doctors who are having their own setup in terms of storing the product or dispensing, but many doctors are doing the consultation, like they are just prescribing, and maybe online. These days online consultations are there, and many patients are asking that. And meanwhile, thank you, few doctors have already shared their contact details. We have received a few details in our messenger as well. We will be sharing all these contact details with Anav and his team after this session, and you people will expect an email and call from them, and accordingly you can take it forward. So the quick question is, both doctors are there, but is the model how they can, like for example, who is having dispensing, maybe they can procure from you and take it forward, but what about the consultation doctors who are just doing the consultation? So can you clarify that, what kind of process or system you people have for them?
Okay. So basically, right now, what we're doing is there are two things that's happening. One is that we are creating a platform. I'm expecting when it's live, we're gonna use your Indian Vedas to circulate it with the doctors. So this particular platform, any doctor can come in, they can register it, and they have their own dashboard for doing consultations and additionally access to the literature. And even if these doctors are not prescribing our medicines, still they can be part of our module program where they can take opinion of our international support system for all your necessary concerns or second opinions of your for your patients. So this particular platform that's coming, when doctors are registering over there, this particular platform will give access them to do online consultation through our platform as well. It's going to be their private, I would say, software kind of an application for the phones and laptops as well, which they can use it to consult any patient. And this particular platform will secure all the prescription and all the previous consultation that has happened with the patient. So basically, it maintains all the record. So this is something which is in pipeline, and we are expecting it to be launched at the earliest. And second, the current model that's which is active right now is having two parts. One is the 17 doctors that we already have on board. What they are also doing is they are doing the consultation. They are sharing our details with the patients, and we are dispensing the medicines directly to the patients, and they are just helping out the patient with the entire consultation. Second is the doctors or the hospitals which have some sort of a base for stocking up the medicines. So we have created a doctor's kit. I'll show it to you. So that's a doctor's kit that we have, pieces. And this kit is something that the doctors can store in their clinic and in their hospitals, and they can just directly dispense these medicines from their shelf to the patients who are walking in. And if they are doing online consultation, then they can forward our details to the patient, and we'll do the entire shipment from our warehouse to their wherever they have the addresses. And same thing is Dr. Piyush has also taken up, and I'm sure he will be able to tell you the experience, how he has felt after seeing the doctor's kit and his reactions.
Yeah, as far as in our clinic, first of all, thank you so much for associating us. And we are right now doing several patients as far as CBD and CBD oil medicines are concerned. And there are quite few good companies right now in our country. However, as soon as we started using your products, Anav, definitely quality is at par as far as whatever the best quality is available in the industry. And like I think I can show all of you that I have all these products here with me as well. So this is a full spectrum and a broad spectrum variant, and we are getting very good feedback and very good response from all our patients till now whom we have prescribed. So thank you so much for maintaining this quality. As a clinician, we all just have one request from all the companies and you as well, that please maintain quality whenever you manufacture, and we are dealing with a very sensitive, by the way, product. So
Right.
anything goes, there will definitely impact image for industry as well as for us as a clinician. So my request to all of you right now that and I can vouch till now, whatever the products we have used from your company are having very good quality, excellent quality, And that is the thing, because whenever we are giving to the patient, and these products are, by the way, very quick, like in terms of response, in terms of efficacy. So within couple of days, the patient can get back to you, okay, doctor, you have given me very good product, or okay, doctor, you have given me a very bad product, and accordingly, it can be like taken care of. So again, thank you so much, and yes, we are looking forward, and I request all the doctors and all the people who are listening to us right now, you can definitely try and take it forward in terms of their products are concerned, which are good. Second, the thing is, the problem which is there is consistency, standardization, in terms of each batch is concerned. And also there are some aspects and some clarifications. We got some queries in morning as well from a few doctors. So I think you can just clarify us in terms of, you have two variants which I am correct. One is the 1000 mg, another is the 3000 mg. So that
Right.
is one query which I received from a doctor. Maybe he has seen your product somewhere. So what is the basic difference, and why, how we can decide accordingly we can take it forward? That is one question. Second is, also give some clarification. Although there is a regulation, there is a standardization in terms of the formulation and the ratio and the potency of a full spectrum as well as a broad spectrum oil. But as far as your company is concerned, what exactly is there in broad spectrum, what exactly is there in full spectrum? So there are two questions. One is about the dose, that what exactly there is 1000 and 3000, that is the differentiating factor. And second is, as far as the broad spectrum and full spectrum is concerned, maybe you can just clarify also, starting in, that talk, and then take us that, okay, these things are there in full spectrum with this ratio and this potency, and these things are there in broad spectrum with this ratio and this potency, so that everything will be clear in black and white, and all clinicians will be on the same page in this.
Understood. So to answer that, when we talk about 1000, 3000 mgs, these are strengths of the products, like which comes out in two strengths. Obviously, there are more strengths that we can manufacture, but these two are the very easy to use for the patient, because it's not too expensive for them also to buy. Why we have come out with two strength 1000, 3000 mg is completely depending upon the problem that they have, and when the doctors are diagnosing the problem. So it depends upon the dosage which is given to them. So let's say today when we talk about 1000 mg, 1000 mg will have approximately 34.5 mg per ml of this non-psychoactive compound CBD. So this particular 1 ml may not be the right dosage for the patient depending upon the problem that they have. So the idea of creating this was the longevity of the medicine to last for the patient, so that like they don't have to spend on regular basis to take up these medicines, and it's not costly for them also on a monthly basis to procure these medicines and use on them. So the idea is, let's say today when we talk about 1000 mg and you have, let's say, insomnia problem, anxiety problem, depression problem. So for these problems, like the dosage are comparatively less. And for dosage also, what we have done is we have created a dosage calculator also. It's a manual as well as an automatic calculator, which we do share with our doctors to calculate the right dosage. And it's a very streamlined process. And definitely I can share with Dr. Piyush also to share around with the other doctors. So depending upon the dosage, let's say when we talk about patients who are undergoing chemotherapies, or who are part of the who are facing chronic pain, and who have cancer, tumor problems and all. So for that, high doses are given. So sometimes the doses are so high that probably 1 ml of 3000 mg are given, which is your 100 mg of CBD, which is there in that. So our idea is to create a bottle size of 30 ml, because even if you are part of the highest dosage category, even if you're taking at least 1 ml a day, the bottle is lasting at least 30 ml. We don't want the particular bottle to be over less than 30 ml, because after taking the highest dosage, it will last minimum 30 days, and after 30 days, depending upon the dosage, if it's comparatively less, or the doctor has reduced the dosage, it will last more than that. So a bottle lasts minimum 30 days to 50 days at the max, depending upon the dosage which is given. So that is the overall ideology of coming out with two strengths. And so that, like, obviously 1000 mg is cheaper than 3000 mg, so that people don't have to buy it regularly also. And I do understand it's an expensive product today, because the infrastructure cost and the overall analysis testing cost is very expensive. And our target is every batch that we make, we want to reduce our retail price, so that like it could become a medicine or the product for the masses, and where a lot of people are able to see a substantial result. And when we talk about a full spectrum, broad spectrum is purely CBD. And when we talk about a full spectrum, it has ratio of CBD THC, which is, as I said, 6:1. And 6:1 is a very safe ratio when you start prescribing full spectrum, because with CBD being on a higher side does not give you the euphoria effect or the other side effects of THC. That is why we have come out with a very safe ratio, which is 6:1. And one more point I would like to add, when Dr. Piyush has mentioned about the qualities and the products which are there in the market. Since a lot of these doctors would agree with me that all these Ayurveda doctors who have studied Ayurveda for so many years, and they understand every pain points of the entire Indian system of medications, and they do know that cannabis belongs to our Indian system of medicines for from thousands of years back. So our agenda, what we request these doctors, is to support us as an Indian companies, as in Indian startups, guide us, tell us, give us honest opinion, honest reviews, help us out with our formulations also, so that we are able to create a product which is friendly for the patients. Because today we are, you and us as a manufacturer are also in the service of the people, for the people, to provide them the best solutions. We are not here to be part of the entire monetization game. We are here to relieve the pain and become the right health guardian for these people who are part of who have these traumas for whatever reasons. So today I definitely would request all the doctors to please reach out to the companies from whomsoever they're buying the product, for that matter us also, if they face any problem, if they want to understand something more, and if they believe that there are better things that we can come up with, if they're believing that we are missing out on something in the entire processes, please do help us, come to us, guide us, review us on review, meaning tell us, so that we can fix the concerns and the issues and come out with a better product. Because innovations is happening every second, every day, all over the world. So we definitely want your support. We understand the theoretical point of view and all these researches and trials point of view India is lacking, and we need support of these clinicians and these doctors, these pharmacists, to help us and guide and create a consolidated data where we can actually work on more products that are upcoming.
Right, right. Thank you so much. And again, I can see many people have joined a bit late also. So you can go through the entire session. We have discussed about the process. Anav has discussed about his journey, how they are ensuring that quality is optimum. And meanwhile, we have also discussed about the association models, various association models to various doctors. And all of you who are listening to us can quickly share your correct details. You can email us at info@indianmedyas.com. I'm just quickly posting the email ID and a mobile number here as well. So you can let us know, and we will definitely connect you to the concerned person in company. And I already received few doctors their connect details. Thank you so much for that. And meanwhile, there are last couple of more queries, Anna, we want to discuss with you. Also, we want to share this like. Is consistent query from many doctors, but we have got feedback from other sessions also we did on medical webinar, medical cannabis. One request is, maybe you are associated with several clinicians, so let's bring some clinicians who are using World Hemp products. Let's take some case studies or some practical scenarios, because learning should be continued. So one request which is coming up from many doctors across our medical webinars we have done, so moving forward, we request you, maybe we can have a blend of two aspects in each session. One is we have one clinician or maybe a case study to talk upon that how this particular patient was suffering from these issues, and your product helped him or her in that aspect. So that will be a practical case scenario that can be discussed. Second is, maybe we can talk more on technical aspects with you, regulatory and other aspects that can be there. But eventually, it has to be a combination of both. So that is one query from several doctors which I have put it across. Second is again, as we are, I'm right now getting one query from Dr. Shobha also. So there are so many people, medicos, doctors, non-medicos. Still, in this country, this is a very initial stage as far as medical cannabis practice is concerned. So many people have several. I am receiving so many queries on daily basis. Okay, this will be working in this disease, that disease, so and so. We did a couple of sessions and we did discussed about some research studies, but maybe with your experience, your association, your organization, your connects with international we can create some sessions and some aspects in terms of the research, or sometimes the data which can prove that okay, this is working. We can't say hypothetically that okay, I feel that CBD will work in this and all, na? And gradually, when I think you will grow and you people will be having some your data on your own products as well, eventually we can take that forward as well. So quickly, let's take a few questions. One is Dr. Shobha. Yes, definitely. See, let me answer. Let me start the answer, and Anna will add on to this. Any kind of cancer is like cannabis has been shown and proven in any capacity. It will be helping. However, we need to understand what kind of cancer at what stage it is. Sometimes we have seen excellent healing in terms of if somebody is undergoing chemotherapy. So for managing chemotherapy side effects, for managing pain, for managing several other aspects. But yes, many times we have also seen that quality of life overall, like improvement in there in the individuals. But still the research is going on. Still we can't say that it is curing or healing the cancer in any way. That is a very controversial word to talk upon. But yes, we have seen positive results and positive outcomes in many patients, and along with whatever they are taking and whatever they are feeling. Sometimes we have these kind of patients on palliative, and they have few weeks or few months, sometimes, or few maybe a year to live, which has been predicted. And by using cannabis, we can always see that additional few weeks have been added to their life, and at least whatever the life they have left are they are living a good quality of life without any pain and without any side effects. So these kind of challenges are also we are seeing in day-to-day practice in our clinical experience. So now we would like to add on. I think you are also working with so many oncologists, and specifically in cancer, you people are very much exhaustively working. So maybe you can add on to this, and in general also, what is your experience till now as far as the cancer cases are concerned with respect to cannabis?
Okay, so now to answer that, primarily what happens is when we talk about cancer, any doctor who's prescribing medical cannabis for cancer is primarily looking at the effects which is there in the body. So what they do is they break up these effects, they break up the problems, and then that's how they target it. So today, when we say that a patient who's going through chemotherapies and he's having those side effects of like which is very common, nausea, vomiting, and all. So these are the targeted areas which are hit primarily, all the pains which are there in the body. So once these areas are hit on priority basis, and substantially when they are able to give some sort of relief to these patients by providing these medicines to them, then in their parallel journey, the parallel course of consultation and recording all the reactions, they are able to identify the core areas where the patient is facing the most challenges. So these are the areas which are
I think there is some network issue. Let's
core
wait.
identified areas which they yeah.
Yes.
So I was saying when they identify the core areas where they want to use medical cannabis, which is your pains and which is your chemotherapies induced side effects. So when they are giving cannabis for those areas, then when they monitor it, then that's when these doctors are able to realize apart from these core areas working, this particular medicine is actually supporting in more areas. Where like there was one case, it was a 5-year-old kid. He had GBM stage 4, and he came to us in April 2020, and through reference only he came to us, and we provided them with our medication. We created a special, a very high dose for kid, and they used our medication for 6 months, and they did their second MRI in starting of October, and that's when they found that the tumor which was there, it's stopped growing and then it started shrinking. So they've still continued with the medication. They are able to see the results. The seizures that they had, the other aggressive behaviors that was found in the kid. So those are the areas where we initially targeted, and on after targeting that, the substantial result was to understand the tumor that is actually additionally helping the shrinkage of the tumor. So that's how it happens, and that's how it's happening with a lot of other cancer patients also. We in all the medical problems, we first identify where what exactly is the main concern for us to target, and once we are targeting that main concern, once we are able to see substantial results, then we monitor what all the additional benefits this particular medication is giving to these patients. So it's 100% case sensitive, and when you say that the doctors would want to understand more realistic working of these medicines, as I told you, we are creating a platform. They can reach out to us. We have a strong team of researchers and doctors now, and we are more than happy to provide them substantial research backed answers, so that they are also convinced and they can come to us with as many questions as possible, because that's how we are able to create our own database of all the information for ourselves as well.
Right. Thank you so much. We have displayed our email ID and connect number as well. So meanwhile, if you still need more information, as Anav said that they can help you out, you can just write us and we will connect you with them, and accordingly we can take it forward. Anav, there are a couple of more queries, and accordingly then we can conclude the session for the day. One query from Dr. AK Sharma. He is like our website, I think, visitor, and he has message on this like. Messenger box. So he wants to ask that as far as CBD oil dosage is concerned, and I think this is also a very common question, and I requested other organizations as well. With you also, let's have a dedicated session on dosage, because this is one thing which needs to be discussed in detail for various indications. Still, in general, if you want to right now convey as far as your products are concerned, what can be the general guidelines as your dropper size? I think, by the way, this is one question, my personal question to you. I have been using several brands and several companies now. But I have realized in end of the day the dropper size also is differ. So you can't, and many companies are also not labeling. I think there is a challenge. One company was saying that we don't want to do that because ink will that have some reaction with the like this oil and all. So
Right.
my concern is as far as the droppers. So can we label in any form? But what about your product? Frankly speaking, I have given to the patient, but I need to open up one bottle and maybe look forward for that. So maybe you can just clarify how you are doing that and what exactly the dosage in terms of if you are creating in a kind of an ml or a drops, or how it will be. And just
Okay.
address on that.
So when we talk about 30 ml tincture bottle, majorly all these 30 ml tincture bottle are of the standard size. So when you use the dropper and when you fill the entire dropper till the top, not forcefully, but like normally when you just press it and fill it to the top, it's the 1 ml. That's the standard. And that's how you can calculate like 1 ml is required, half ml is required, or 1/4 is required. You can do that. When, as sir rightly said about the labeling part of it, that is a challenge, no doubt, because there are only two companies in the country today who are manufacturing these glass bottles. They are very big pharmaceutical bottling companies, and to get any labeled or this mark, this thing is something which we also try to figure out for long, and we could not find. So what we have done is in our next batch, we're gonna give a slip kind of a thing, a tag, a paper tag, which is gonna mention 0.11 ml till full complete 1 ml. And when somebody is filling in the dropper, they can place it next to the dropper, and then that's how they can decrease, increase how much they want, and they can choose and they can take it up. So that is the best alternative that we are able to find. And the other question that sir asked about the dosing. So we have created a link. I'll share it with sir, and sir can share it with all the doctors. This is a dosage calculator that we have created. To back that particular dosage calculator, we have paper documented research also how we have done that. So we can give you the manual documentation also, as well as we can give you the dosage calculator where you can feed in 4 5 datas of the patient, and you can choose a problem. There's a tab where you can choose a problem. You can choose the severity of the problem, if it's light, medium, or high. Then you can choose the body weight, age, and these are the other parameters. And then you fill in the information, and at the end you will find the exact dosage what's required to be given to the patient.
Great, great. Thank you so much. And I think it was a really very, very informative session. We have received several queries which we'll be sharing with you after this session. And I request, please do let us know the link which you were discussing so that we can post to all our audience. And moving forward, I request let's have a campaign in which, on one side, we will be discussing upon the case studies, upon the medical experience. You can check and see any one of your associated doctors are available. We were very happy to understand from them their journey and their experience in medical cannabis. This is what our platform is all about. We take speakers like having practical experiences, clinicians, learned doctors, and we are open to, by the way, any pathy. So whosoever is prescribing and using medical cannabis right now in our country or maybe in international scenario also, you have good connections in international, and this has not been done till now, by the way. So maybe you can let us know, and if you connect. some international people.
Take your platform to highlight one more point. On 2nd of January, we have started with web series, a show by the name of Indian Hemp Weekly. So, Indian Hemp Weekly, every week we are going to talk about one specific ailment. And when we say we are going to talk about one specific ailment, we are not just going to talk that cannabis works in cancer or cannabis works for diabetes, not that, because that is a basic information which is available online. In this particular session, what's happening is we dedicatedly talk how it works, and this particular sessions are primarily for patients and the doctors of second stage. By what I mean by second stage is who understand the basics of cannabis, who understand the basic of the problem that they're facing, and they want to understand the working of it. So this particular session, we have already done 3 sessions. We have recorded it, and we're going to release this particular show sometime soon once our platform is live. So this is going to be a very dedicated, realistic, experience based working of medical cannabis on the specific ailments, so that most of your questions, concerns can be sorted. And it's going to be a platform where our Indian doctors are there and our international support systems are there. So our Indian doctors are the one who's asking the questions from their experiences, from their practices. This is what we face, this is what we have done, how we can tackle this, how we can this is the challenge that we're facing, what is the best solution, what is the best practices. And those learned doctors are gonna give us the input in terms of how we should streamline it because of their past experience. And these doctors internationally, they also want to learn Ayurveda, because Ayurveda is a global trend now. We used to call it as Indian system of medicine. It's more like becoming like a global system of medicine now, because yoga is also popular. People want healthy life, they want herbal living, they want natural living. So these guys are understanding Ayurveda, and they're very much interested in understanding medical cannabis for Ayurveda. So that is why these doctors are like, we bring in your Ayurveda support, and we'll bring in our international support of all the literatures and trials and all. So this is the amalgamation that we are doing today.
Nice to understand, and definitely we are looking forward for that weekly series. And do let us know how we can broadcast and how we can circulate to our people as well. If you have any link or any video, we will be happy to broadcast on our platform, so that as maximum possible doctors and students can, and also the patients can leverage that. By the way, we are now on the final stage, and this is just a piece of information as you have mentioned. So let me share. We have, I think, shared a couple of times before, but in this session also, this is because this is very specific related to this particular domain, that is medical cannabis. We will be starting till now. Mostly we were into B2B in terms of connecting companies to the doctors and students and learned professionals, healthcare professionals. However, by virtue of our organic growth, we have several non-medicos and other people as well. But now, moving forward from February onwards, we are right now just working on the last stage of working is there. We will be opening up the B2C aspect of our platform, that is Indian Vedyas. We are right now on first page of around 16 cities where we can connect. So now we will be doing all the associates, all the companies who are available with us. So we'll be helping them out in reaching all these B2C people as well, to the patients, to people who are already required. And the medium will be always doctor, by the way. So it's like through doctors, these companies will penetrate in each and every household and each and every family who have requirement of their health need. And on the final note, I want to say that yes, you can vouch as far as medical cannabis and CBD oils are concerned. They have an excellent healing capacity. People suffering from so many years from several kind of pain, psychological issues. They are not able to sleep. They are into trauma, they are into certain issues. Like recently I have one kid, he is suffering from acute epileptic seizures, and his mother was literally crying that from last so many years she is suffering all this, and she is not able to manage. And but after a few days, and yesterday I got a call from her, and first time she said that I am feeling so much relaxed and so much, like from last 1 week my son is so stable and I am able to manage him now. So these kind of feedbacks and these kind of things really help us as a clinician to gain more faith and more confident of products like medical cannabis. And thanks to you, Anna, for having good quality products. So let's take it forward, this journey. This is just a start, by the way. It's a kind of an introduction we have done in these 2 sessions. So I now request, and as Anna mentioned, that their mindset and our mindset matches. I think this is a coincidence that we were talking about this and they have already planned and starting. So I think this is a very good sign. So let's not wait much time, and from next week onwards, I request you please have these sessions. Let's create these sessions and let's disseminate this to all our fraternity, so that more and more we can grow this domain in this country. At end of the day, the patients and the people who are suffering will be getting benefited. So thank you so much, Anna, for joining us today, and thank
Thank you
you.
all, sir. And I'm hoping many doctors to approach to us so that we can take it up and we can be part of the doctors' growth as well and help them out as much as we can.
We will connect definitely. Thank you. Thanks
Thank
all of
you.
you.
Thank you.